what we're going to do is start with the dashboard we had in the previous lecture, and I'm going to add some things to it, and then we're going to see how we can connect our slicers so we only have to have one slicer that will do multiple tasks for us. So if you recall, our dashboard looked like this so far. We had a dashboard for majors. We have one for graduate student credit hours. I can look at MBA or Mac for that. First thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go in and add a academic year slicer for this. So I'm going to go back to my tab for my MBA versus Mac, and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to clean that up right now. So I've got all of that data there. I'm going to put my cursor there. I'm going to click on Pivot Chart, and I'm going to click on Insert Slicer, and I'm going to pick Academic Year. So when I do that, I'm going to get a slicer now that allows me for my academic year to choose which academic year I'm working with. So I can not only choose by whether I'm looking with Mac or MBA, I can also choose the year. So if I want Max, there's all my X, but if I just want to see what it is for 2020, there it is, or 2019. You'll notice, by the way, let's clear those out. You'll notice they're in order, but then when I just go to Mac, you notice these jump up to the top, 2018, 19, 20, and these are shaded out. That's because there is no data for those. I can actually set up my slicer so that when I go to slicer settings, I can set that up so that if there's no data, it hides it. So it now looks like this. So if I go to now my Mac, it just shows the years that are available. Anything that doesn't have data will not show up. So I'm going to take this slicer. I'm going to right click and copy it, and I'm going to put it over here on my dashboard. I'm going to set it right there to start with, then I'll drag it so I can line it up nice and pretty. And so next thing I want to do is I want to go back to my enrollment data, and we are going to work on creating a pie chart to show the difference between online credit hours that we've generated over the last 5 years and on-campus credit hours. So again, I'm going to click in here. I'm going to go to Insert, Pivot Chart, and Table. I'm going to put this on existing spreadsheet, and that's what I've got a sheet 2 set up just for this. So I'll click there. I'll put it in cell 1, and I'll say OK. I'm going to go ahead and change the name of this to Online versus On Campus. And so that's pretty straightforward. So what I'll do now is I've got to go in, and first thing I'll do, we're going to do student credit hours, which happens to be down here way at the bottom. And I'm also going to do it by whether it's campus or online. So I'm going to drag that down into my axis. So I've got two things going on here. I can look at this, my campus credit hours and my online. I don't have any labels yet, so let's go ahead and label those. I can put in my data labels, and there they are. And if we wanted to, we could probably go in and put in the units, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to title this Online versus On Campus, SCH. And there it is. Again, I like to make that black and bold. This is sort of who I am. I don't particularly care for these. Let's make the campus purple. So I'll make this one. We'll format that. Let's see, that data. Let's go in here, and we'll fill that. We'll make that one. Let's make the big one purple, and we'll make the graduate one, or the online one, excuse me. We'll make that one yellow. But I really want to do this as a pie chart instead of as a bar chart. So I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to go to change chart type, and I'm going to go up here to pie chart, and I'm just going to pick a pie chart. I kind of like that one. We'll just do that one. It's kind of nice and plain and pretty. So there's our pie chart. You notice you can't see your labels. I'm going to make this one. If you click on those labels, a couple things is I don't necessarily want the number of hours. I kind of like the percentages. So if I right click and I go to Format Data Labels, it's going to bring up an option for me over here, and I can choose to have percentage instead of the labels. I can have the total credit hours, but I can also put the category name in there. So we know the yellow is online, the purple is there, but you can't read the purple, can you? So I'm going to take this one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bold it. Then I'm going to take this one down here, and I'm going to change it to yellow from black. and I'm going to bold it also. And so we've got online and we've got campus. We've got those data points. I'm going to drag this over here. You could make this bigger if you wanted to, so you can see things better. It's up to you how you want to do it. And if you wanted to, you could then increase the size of those fonts, and it would put them in a format similar to that. So now what I want to do, I kind of like this. I'm going to add a slicer to this as well. I'm going to add an academic year slicer. So I click in it, I go to Pivot Chart, I'm going to go to Insert Slicer, and I'm going to put academic year. So then I'm going to click OK, and here is my slicer for academic year. Again, this changed the format of that. I don't like what it did, so I'm going to redo these a little bit. Again, I wanted that one kind of bold. And I kind of wanted it, black. This one, I kind of want. Let's just make it white this time, just for the fun of it. Oops, that's the fill. That's not the. We don't want to do that. And we want to do the font color. Make that white. We'll bold it as well. And both of those are sitting at 11. I guess if we wanted to, you could make those 12. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you can make those 12. I've got my slicer. I'm going to make it a little shorter so it doesn't interfere with my title. So I can take this now and I can copy it over to the other page. And we'll put it, let's put it right here. So there it is. We've got that chart. And you notice I can change the year here. I can look at any year I want to, right? It tells me the number of credit hours generated and the total, the percentage. So in 2020, see we had 3,424 undergraduate credit hours, or on-campus credit hours, excuse me, 1,810 online. In 2019, that number was only 1,669. In 1614, you see it's changing every year, right? It's going down, it's getting smaller as we go up, or getting bigger as we go up, I should say. 2015 was kind of an odd year. We had a lot in the MBA that we did, a lot of online, but 2020 is where we're sitting here. Now I can also change my year up here, and look at each of these. But wouldn't it be nice if what I can do instead is, if this academic year and this academic, when I choose an academic year, it changes both of those, and we can do that fairly simply. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to click inside either one of these charts. It doesn't matter. So I'll click inside this one, and it's going to bring up my pivot chart menu. I can click on that, and it gives me one of my options under this is slicer timeline. It gives me filter connections. See that? I click on filter connections, and it's going to allow me to connect these things. So I want to connect them all anywhere where I've got that. So I click OK. Now watch what happens. Okay, if I click on 2006, right now we've got all the years. If I click on 2019, it not only changes this one here, but it changes this one down here. 2020, it changes both of them. 2017, it changes. So now my academic filters are linked. I could actually get rid of one of them. Let's just say I wanted to get rid of this one. Even so, if I continue to do these, see, it's going to continue to give me that. And if I close the filter, it gives me all that data back. So that's how you would connect your slicers, so that you don't have to have so many on the screen. One slicer does a whole lot of things for you.